Hi all, this is lecture video number 3. We are going to see about term called recursive Python function. A recursive Python function consists of two cases. That first one is base cases and general recursive cases. The base case, this is as I already said in the video, this is helps to terminate the recursive function, and it is been omitted when the function is used till infinite. When we use infinite, the function will be getting omitted. Next, general case is that it is use of recursion and it is called or which is called unless base condition will be satisfied. When we see this code, we have defined recursion function if condition simple without recursion, else statement calling recursion function. That is base case. Remember, you have condition, it will call a simple statement without recursion, or else if the condition doesn't satisfy, it calls the recursive function. Okay, we see this. We have a defined sum of sum of n. If n is greater than n equal to 1, it returns a value that is greater than equal to 1. That is base case. Base case number some condition. Okay, the first condition number should be greater than equal to 1. If the number is greater than equal to 1, it will return a value n. Now that is what the value of n is done. In case number is less than n, it returns a value sum equal to n minus 1. That is, it is called as, can anyone guess what this program is? Is nothing but 1. When we give the value of 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, such that it will print the value, the sum of the given numbers. That is, for example, 6 means some n will substitute as 6. 6 is greater than 1, it prints the value 6. If 6 is less than 1, so condition is failed, so it goes to else part where equal to answer equal to sum equal to 6. Sum equal to 6 minus 1 is nothing but 5. So again it goes to sum, and this loop will get repeated until some value is nothing but equal to 1, or when it is less than equal to 1, it returns the value n. So it's nothing but 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. It's nothing but 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15. So it gives the value. Next, we have types of recursion function. We have two types. First type is named direct recursion function. In the direct recursion, in this type it is called tailed recursion and head recursion. In direct recursion, we have two types. First one is tailed recursion and next one is head recursion. Next one is indirect recursion. Tailed recursion function, if this is discipline n of, if n equal to 0, it returns a base case, or else it returns display of print n. So tailed recursive called as number display of n minus 1. And we are going to print, if I that's something, but it prints of output will be 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. It is a tailed recursive function. That is recursive function which has been placed after the printing function is called tailed recursive function. As non-tailed recursive function, we see here we have a recursive function which is being placed above the printing statement, which is being placed above. It is not a tail of. See in this, we are going to place after a printing statement, it is called tail recursive function. When we place the recursive function above the printing statement, is called not a tail recursive function. So it prints the value from starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next, you have head recursive function. Head recursive function is named after the condition, after the base condition. The recursive function, when we give the recursive function after the base condition, it is called as head recursive function. So when we give the values of p equal to 5, it prints the value 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That is, if in a recursive function, the last statement is not a recursive call. That is, during unwinding phase, there are still some steps to occur. So it is called as head recursive function. Okay, next one is your indirect recursive function. In this type of recursive function, the function called another function by original function. That is, when we see here, we have a function name called a, which has been called first executed function. Then we are going to have another function b, which has been incremented value of n. Then we have a function a, which has been value n, which has been reduced by 5. So reduced by 5 is called the process continue until the termination condition is not satisfied. Okay, we are going to give the value 21. Okay, what happens is that if n is the 20 is greater than a of 20, that is simply we can be same as recursive within a recursive function. First, we are going to have n equal to value is 20. 20 is greater than 0, condition true. So it prints the value 20. Next, you go to b of n plus 1. What happens is that 20 plus 1 is 21. And then and the function is being repeated until n is greater than 0. Then it goes down. What happens is that we are going to have if n equal to 5. So automatically what happens is that it goes to print, that is we doesn't give any b function. So we doesn't give any b function. So automatically it prints the value 20, 21, and then we are going to say as n equal to 5. So automatically it goes to the recursive function defined of a. Automatically it goes to 16, 17, 12, 13, 8, 9, 4 and 5. So automatically this function will be is called as indirect recursive function. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.